is Isabella, and I will be giving you all your open enrollment benefits presentation today. As Charity said, Angela, my team member, will be responding to any questions you have in the chat, but also feel free to, I don't know if you can unmute yourself, but if you can, feel free to ask me questions along the way as well. But we will go ahead and get into this. So your open enrollment dates for your 2025 benefit year will be beginning Wednesday, November 13th, which is tomorrow, and we'll be going through Wednesday, November 27th, which is the day before, and it'll be closing the day before Thanksgiving. So once it opens tomorrow morning, make sure you look over any of the changes or what you would like to elect it, and make your selections and have them submitted before Thanksgiving. And all changes and new elections will be effective January 1st, 2025. All right, so who is eligible for open enrollment this year? Eligible employees are regularly working 30 hours per week. Your legal spouse is also eligible, and then dependent children up to the age of 26 are eligible as well. Any changes after enrollment are permitted within 30 days only if you have a qualifying life event, which would be a marriage or a divorce, a birth or an adoption of a child, loss of coverage or eligible changes. That's if a good example of that would be if you turn 26 years old and you are on your parents' plan and you lose coverage through them, and then a death of a family member. All right, so there's not really any changes to the medical plan choices besides the high deductible health plan will be going up $100, which is standard. But you have three options this year: the 6,000 PPO, the 3,300 high deductible health plan, which can be paired with the HSA, a health savings account, and then the 6,000 high deductible health plan, which is also paired with a health savings account as well. The network, you will be, the in-network benefits will be through Network Blue, through Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska. On both of the high deductible health plans, the 3,300 and the 6,000, there will be an HSA contribution by Seldin. The annual contribution for an individual will be $750, and the contribution for Seldin for a family will be $1,200. You can see that the individual deductible for the 6,000, the 3,300 high deductible health plan, and the 6,000 high deductible health plan are as they match. And then for family, they are all double. So 12,000, 6,000, and 12,000 for this one. And then for co-insurance, the 6,000 PPO is a 20% co-insurance. That is what you will be responsible for after you meet your deductibles. $10,000 or 10% co-insurance for your 3,300 high deductible health plan, and there is 0% co-insurance on your $6,000 high deductible health plan. The out-of-pocket maximum, this is the most you can pay throughout the whole 2025 plan year. For the $6,000 PPO plan for an individual, that's $6,750. For a family member, for a family plan in that $6,000 PPO plan, it'll be $13,500. For the 3,300 high deductible health plan, you can see it's $6,000, the most you will pay for an individual plan, and for a family plan, the most you would pay is $12,000, and then same for the 6,000 high deductible health plan. Out-of-network benefits are covered, but they will be there will be a higher cost to them. So make sure you log into your Blue Cross Blue Shield portal to see which network providers are in that portal, and to see any costs that could potentially be associated with that. This is a high-level overview of some of the costs you might see throughout the year on the plan. So obviously your preventative care is all covered. So your annual visit to the primary care physician to get your physical will be 100% covered. There for your $6,000 PPO, there you have to meet your deductible, and then you will pay 20% of whatever is remained on that bill. So deductible comes first for outpatient surgery, and then 20% what is remaining. That goes the same for your $3,300 high deductible health plan, and then for the $6,000 high deductible health plan, because there is no co-insurance, you are just going to be paying up to the deductible amount. The same goes for inpatient care. And then you will see on the $6,000 PPO, there are copays associated with certain certain costs. So emergency care, there's a $200 copay. And then after whatever the emergency room cost is, after you meet that $200 copay, you will be expected to pay 20% of the remaining balance up to your deductible amount. For the urgent care, there's a $60 copay. For telemedicine, there's a $10 copay. However, if you look over on the high deductible health plans, you will see that you will be required to meet your deductible first. And then for the $3,300, you will be paying 10% of the remaining costs. These are your medical plan choices with your RX. So you will see there's 4 tiers: generic, preferred brand, non-preferred brand, and specialty. Generic is typical antibiotics that you would get if you were a prescription was called in by your primary care physician. So you will see those are the cheapest. For the $6,000 PPO, that will be a $10 copay. For the high deductible health plan, and for both high deductible health plans, you will see you will need to meet your deductible on all tiers of pharmacy before the co-insurance will kick in. And you will also see that on the PPO plan for the $6,000, you will be paying 25% of the cost of that drug, up to $50 for preferred brand drugs, $75 for non-preferred brand drugs, and for specialty drugs, which would be something that typically your most expensive drugs, whether that be diabetic drugs, things that fall into that category that's for specific diseases, would be up to $125. All right, so these will be your medical premium deductions for each of these plans. The top, you will see they are biweekly deductions, and the bottom, you will see they are weekly deductions. There is a wellness discount for that is 10% off for employees, 15% off for employee plus spouse. And then your annual physical to get in or to be qualified for these wellness discounts is required. So just remember, you will be required to get an annual physical through your doctor to get those. As I was saying on a prior slide, the preventative care is covered at 100%. So just a high-level overview, some examples would be routine physical exams, baby wellness checks and child care checks, certain immunizations, mammograms, colonoscopies, screenings, cervical cancer screening, prostate cancer screening, and osteoporosis screening. So any yearly exams that you typically get, those would most likely be required under or be covered under preventative care services. And on the bottom, you can see that these exams are subject to age, gender guidelines, and health status. A good example of that would be typically mammograms require a certain age to be covered under this 100% preventative care benefit. So I believe it's 40 years old. This is a good tool for you to all have. It's GoodRx. This is a good way to find where you can find your cheaper pharmacy drugs. So you can download the app or go online GoodRx and look for different pharmacies that are selling certain generic drugs that you are looking for, and it will help you find the cheapest option so you can save some money. Another good way to save on visiting the doctor is trying telemedicine. This telemedicine / virtual visit is offered through Amwell. They're partnered with Blue Cross of Nebraska. This is great for those visits that if you know you have strep throat, if you're prone to something of that sort, and you know that's what you would be diagnosed with, try getting a telemedicine visit first, or a telehealth visit, because it will be cheaper, typically faster. You won't have to wait in line. And they typically know what they can call in for you if they need a prescription drug. However, if you definitely need any sort of stitches or you're bleeding or anything like that, do not use telemedicine because they will probably require a in-person exam, and obviously that's what they would refer you to. As you can see, this is deciding where to go for the cost of a visit. So cheapest will obviously be your telemedicine visit that we just talked about. Second cheapest option will be your primary care physician. So if you have one, try to utilize that. If you can wait to get into a doctor's appointment for a couple of days, that will be your cheapest option if you are looking for an in-person visit. The next step up would be an urgent care provider. These are things such as like a Care Now that you would need to go in. If you can't get in a primary care visit, you could go to an urgent care, but that will come at a higher cost. And then the next step up would be the ER. This is really good for if you are bleeding and you need stitches and it needs to come fast, or it's in the middle of the night. I would definitely go to the ER. But again, try to utilize the first three options unless you absolutely need to be at the ER. And then hospital emergency room, this will be your most expensive. These are your highest out-of-pocket costs. These are typically thousands of dollars, and they will come with a pretty long wait time. Again, these are emergencies only typically. And before I go on, does anyone have any questions? All right. So as I was talking about before, Seldin is offering two high deductible health plans: the $3,300 high deductible health plan and the $6,000 high deductible health plan. These can both be administered with a health savings account. You cannot be enrolled in the $6,000 PPO plan and have a health savings account attached with it. These are only geared towards high deductible health plans. And we will go more in depth with the health savings account, but just a little bit of an overview. It is a bank account used to pay for eligible healthcare expenses. As I was saying before, Seldin does contribute an employer amount to your health savings account, $750 for an individual, and I believe it was $1,250 for a family plan. A health savings account, the money does roll over from year to year. And so you take it with you, which is awesome. Think of it more like a bank account for your health expenses. And then you use a debit card to pay for these out-of-pocket expenses. So why should you enroll in the health or high deductible health plan? These are typically the lowest cost premiums out of your paycheck. And you will also, as I was saying before, get a contribution amount from Seldin, the $750 and the $1,200 for your family, into these HSA accounts. You can contribute automatically through payroll deductions to your HSA account. So that is something you can set up. When enrolling in these benefits, all usage of your HSA funds for qualified healthcare expenses, and this does include dental and vision too, are tax-free. So that is probably a one of the main benefits of being enrolled in a high deductible health plan with an HSA is you do get those tax-free dollars. You can spend your HSA dollars on your spouse and dependent children up to the age of 19 or 24 if that dependent is a full-time student. So that's really important to remember when you are spending your HSA dollars. You don't have to use your HSA dollars on preventative care visits because those are 100% covered. And then also something else to take into account, a large claim can be set up on payment plans with most providers. A large claim is, and we'll go back to a hospital ER visit. I said those were typically thousands of dollars. So that is something you could get on a payment plan for with the provider. So these are the HSA contribution details, and the IRS is going to allow for the 2025 plan year for a single employee on a plan, $4,300 is the maximum you can contribute. $8,550 is all other tiers, employee spouse, employee children, and family coverage. Seldin, remember, Seldin is contributing those annual dollar amounts, so the $750 and the $1,200, which leaves you to contribute $3,550 as a single plan coverage, and then $7,350 for all other tiers. So just remember that when you are maxing out, if you are going to max out your HSA account. And then if you are 55 years or older, you may make an additional catch-up contribution of up to $1,000. All right, payroll deducted pre-tax dollars to spend on qualified expenses. This is going to be your FSA account. So if you cannot have an FSA account and an HSA account, and the FSA is tied towards the PPO plan. So we know you can't be in the PPO plan with an HSA account, but you can have the FSA account. The maximum contribution the IRS will allow you to contribute is $3,300. Again, this can be used for medical, dental, and vision expenses. And then there is, if you currently have an FSA account, you can enroll over your unused funds from the 2024 plan year of up to $660 into the 2025 plan year. However, we recommend this is a use it or lose it account with regards to that $660. So if you have unused funds in your account this year, please go and use them. Try to get in your visits to your specialty doctors, or you can use it on things such as over-the-counter medication at the grocery store or the pharmacy, little things like that. But there are certain expenses that you can't use it on. A good example would be like shampoo and conditioner. You can't use your FSA or your HSA dollars on something of that sort. So there's also a whole list of what you can buy with these dollars for both an HSA account and an FSA account. It is on the government IRS website. So if I believe in the benefit guide that is provided to you all, you can use that website link to go to and see those expenses lists. And then you can also have an FSA for dependent care, and that maximum contribution is $5,000. That is set also by the IRS. This is used for childcare or elderly adult daycare. So, all right. So your dental benefits are staying with MetLife this year. There are two plans offered to you all: the Gold Plan and the Silver Plan. You can see it is pretty standard to what you had last year. Preventative care, dental work is 100% covered. That is your 2 times a year cleanings and your checkup. Basic coverages, this would be cavities or in that scheme of things. So that for the Gold Plan is 20%, and for the Silver Plan is you will be required to pay up to 50% of the cost. And then major services, you're going to pay up to 50% of the cost for both of those plans. On the gold plan, you can see that child orthodontia is covered up to 50%, and then there is a maximum of $1,000 per individual up to the age of 19. After the age of 19, it is not covered. You can see below that there is the biweekly paycheck deductions and the weekly. The gold plan is more expensive. You're getting higher level of coverage. The silver plan is less expensive. You're getting less coverage than the gold plan. Vision benefits are also staying with MetLife, similar to last year. All of the eye exams, your annual eye exam will be $15. You can get that once a year. Your materials copay will be $30. That will be once a year as well. Your frames allowance, that is every 2 years, you will get a $130 allowance towards your eyeglasses. Lenses are 100% after the materials copay, which is $30. That is a once a year frequency as well. Your contact lenses are once a year frequency as well, and that is a $130 allowance towards those contacts. Below, you'll see the biweekly premium deductions and the weekly as well. All right, so this is where things are changing a little bit this year. Are the other additional coverages and some employer paid. So we'll start with accident insurance, and this is a medical supplement to your medical plan. So this is just if you would like, this is a voluntary benefit as well. So if you would like additional coverage for just in case you have an accident, such as getting a concussion, or if you for some reason would have to call an ambulance, this is a really good plan to have in addition to your medical benefits, because you can get a cash amount sent to you for whatever that claim cost could be. So if you have to call an ambulance and you're enrolled in a high plan accident insurance, you would get a $400 benefit. If you're in the medium plan, you would get a $300 benefit if an ambulance had to be called and it was utilized. There are a couple other just high-level overviews of things that could be considered under an accident plan that they would pay a cost up to. But there's a whole list under your summary plans that will be offered to you through UKG. So if you need more information, they are on those. These are just a couple of examples. And then you can see the monthly cost. The high plan is more expensive than the monthly cost for the medium plan. Another medical supplement you can voluntarily enroll in is critical illness insurance. So think of this as if you are diagnosed with cancer and you have critical illness, they can also send you a coverage amount of up to $20,000 for an employee, and then 50% of the employee coverage is for spouse and child. If you enroll your spouse or child into that, they will send you that amount. They will send you up to that amount depending on what it is that you are diagnosed with under the critical illness category. So that additional coverage can be used towards your costs with the critical illness that you are experiencing. So this is another high level overview of some of the examples that would be covered. You can see benign brain tumor, cancer, kidney failure, things of that sort. And then also they are offering a $50 annual wellness benefit if you enroll in the critical illness. And that would be like if you were to go get your annual wellness check, they would give you an extra $50 towards that. As you can see, cost is based on age and your benefit amount. So it'll vary depending on which age group you're in. Your payroll deductions will. For critical illness, if you enroll now in this coverage, you will not have to provide evidence of insurability. This will change going down or going in future years. So make sure if you are thinking about this would be a very good year to enroll in that. Both of these plans are also offered through Prudential. dental and vision will be staying with MetLife, but all other plans, such as accident and critical illness, employer paid basic life, I'll go down the list going further in, are all going to be with Prudential. So that is a change from last year, as all of those other coverages were with MetLife. But dental and vision are the only ones staying with MetLife. All right, so voluntary short-term disability through Prudential is being offered this year. As you can see, there's something that's very critical to take into account is there's no medical underwriting required this year. So you will not have to provide EOI, which is really important if you decide you would like to enroll in it this year, because in future years, they will require it, which could make it a little bit harder for you to obtain short-term disability coverage. So if you are thinking about enrolling in it this year, please do. It is a great benefit to have in addition to your other benefits. So just take that into account when you're looking over the benefits during your open enrollment period. As you can see, for the benefit percentage of earnings it will cover is up to 60% of your earnings. The maximum weekly benefit that you could receive is $1,500. The benefits will begin on after your 14th day of your accident or sickness. So on the 15th day, it would benefit, or they would kick in. There is a pre-existing condition. So if you're disabled within the first 12 months, there will be a 3-month look-back period. And the duration of benefits for voluntary short-term disability is 11 weeks. As you can see, cost is based on your salary and age. So please refer to UKG to see those deductions cost if you decide to enroll in this. These two coverages offered again through Prudential are provided to you by Seldin. The first one is employer paid basic life insurance. That will be a $10,000 benefit. No deduction to you. And then as well, long-term disability is also offered by Seldin. Similar to short-term, this is just the long-term version. After those 90 days, you will be enrolled in long-term disability. So 60% of your monthly earnings is what the benefit amount you would get. You have a monthly maximum of $3,000. As I was saying, the benefits begin after 90 days of being unable to work, and then the duration of benefit depends on the Social Security normal retirement age, which is set by the IRS. All right, voluntary life and AD&D coverage also offered through Prudential. This is very important as well because there is, again, no medical underwriting, which means you will not have to provide evidence of insurability for the 2025 plan year up into the guaranteed issue amount. So as you can see, you can elect up to $100,000 for an employee, $25,000 for a spouse, and $10,000 for a child without having to provide evidence of insurability this year only. In future years, you will have to provide evidence of insurability, which can make it a little bit more difficult to obtain this coverage if you are wanting to add this to your additional benefits. So this year, again, I can't stress this enough, is very important if you do want to enroll in these benefits, so it can be easier for you to obtain them. And then your employee assistance program. This is changing from last year because last year was offered through MetLife's partner. This year it's offered through Guardian's partner. Guidance Resources is Prudential's partner. So as you can see, you can access this online at guidanceresources.com. There's a web ID of GRS 311. So make sure you put that in when you're online, or you can call them if you need assistance at the phone number at the bottom. And the EAP program is really good if you would like any counseling for mental health visits, if you have a relationship or marital conflicts, if you're experiencing grief and loss of a loved one, you will receive 5 face-to-face sessions with a counselor at no cost. So I believe last year's was 3 and it's up to 5, which is great. And then you will have unlimited telephone assistance free of charge. And this is accessible to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. All right, we are gearing towards the end here, but your next steps to enrolling in your benefits. So as I was saying in the beginning, open enrollment is from Wednesday, November 13th, starting tomorrow, and it will go for 2 weeks through Wednesday, November 27th, closing the day before Thanksgiving, so you can all enjoy y'all's holidays. This is an active enrollment, so you must re-enroll in all of your benefits this year. So whatever you are elected in currently is not going to roll over into 2025. So it is really, really important that you log into UKG and re-enroll in the coverage you decide to elect. Don't forget, as I was mentioning earlier, that this is a great year if you are interested in enrolling in short-term disability or voluntary life and AD&D. This would be a great year to do it. To enroll, you log into your UKG to elect your benefits online. The steps are go to the menu, click myself, click open enrollment, and then you will click open enrollment 2025. You will elect all of your benefits you decide to enroll in and then submit. Additional resources that can also be found on UKG. These resources include the benefit guide, which is essentially a little bit more detail of what this presentation is that I just gave you. So that will be on UKG, as well as any of the plan summaries for the medical and all of your dental, vision, and life coverage. All of those coverages, those plan summaries will be on UKG as well. So if you have a specific question about something that might be covered or what the cost is that you could expect at an in-network or an out-network provider on your medical plan, go and refer to those plan documents in your UKG portal. If you can't find what you need to find on those documents, please reach out to Human Resources Payroll at Seldin.com and we can help you find what you are looking for. Don't forget, deadline to enroll November 27th. So please make sure you enroll on UKG. And that is all.
Awesome. Thank you, Isabella. I think, thank you, Angela. You've been staying up to date on questions, but I'll make a few announcements. Is there any other questions that you guys would like to type in the chat for Angela or Isabella regarding our plans as I make a few announcements? Please do so. And, we'll log off probably in about 5 minutes, but just wanted to remind, I will be sending out an email, hopefully first thing in the morning, if all goes well, about 8 a.m., letting everyone know officially open enrollment is open. So you guys will have access to that through UKG. There'll be login information, login instructions. I'll send out the benefits guide. If you saw emails the last few days, it does have the benefits guide attached to it. Please take a look at that really in-depthly before you go into open enrollment. It really does explain a lot more about the benefits and plans so that you have things, that you want while you're looking through the open enrollment. Now, the nice thing about open enrollment is you can log in, start electing benefits. If you get a little stumped or need to ask some questions, you can always go out as long as you're finished and have it submitted by the 27th. So you can log out and log back in as many times as you need if you are going through and have a few questions that you want to ask and shore up. We've left little messages all around there with some information. So hopefully it will guide you, through the process as you begin open enrollment tomorrow. This is active open enrollment, Isabel said. So we do need everyone to go enroll. So we will be looking for you, even if you are planning to decline everything. we do like you to log in and actively just decline everything. There is a decline button for each plan. So you'll need to either accept a plan or decline a plan to let us know that you have viewed it, you have reviewed it, and you have, made your choices for the year. So we really appreciate if you guys go in and do that. We will have the UKG benefits page updated by tomorrow with all of your new plan information. It'll have the benefits guide. It'll have this recording. It will have all of the plan summaries, some great flyers and information, more about critical illness and accident, all the new Prudential benefits that we have. So that will be up and running for you tomorrow when we go live. So you can always log into UKG, look at all of those different things. If you're interested in the wellness benefit, you still have time before the end of the year for that 10 and 15% discount. Go to the UKG homepage. There's lots of information on there, forms, details. It's also in our SOPs. So check that out to see all of the qualifications and things that you need to do to be able to get that wellness benefit. It's such a great benefit. You get 10% off your medical coverage for you, your spouse, or your family. So it's a really big savings every year. So we just encourage you to do that. I don't think I have any other announcements, Christy or Brandy. If you have anything, you're certainly welcome to prop on, but I think we are just about ready to roll out tomorrow. We're very excited. This presentation and this video I typed in earlier will be on the UKG homepage. I'll also be sending out in an email with the benefits guide, so you guys have that one more time. Once you're in open enrollment too, the benefits guide and the enrollment instructions, you can download them right from open enrollment. So if you forget and you don't know where they are, that's fine. You can download them right from that first page when you start logging in tomorrow. Please reach out and let us know if you guys have any other questions. I feel like the chat's gotten kind of answered, so I feel like we're wrapping up there. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out to the Human Resources at Payroll. One of our team members will get back to you and try to answer your questions as best we can. So thank you all for logging in this morning. Thank you, Isabel and Angela, for joining us and going through our benefits and just really explaining all of our new stuff and it's happening and so much in detail. We really appreciate it.